Hello. Let's wait a couple of minutes for the people to arrive. Okay. Oh,
Yeah, sure. How are you?
great. Thank you. One, two, two, one, two, two, two.
Hello.
Ehi, Franci, come va macchina?
Hello, hi, this is Gülçin.
Oh, hi,
Hello.
hi, Gülçin.
Oh,
How are
hi,
you?
hi. Good, how are you, Francesco? How are you, Jonathan?
Hello.
Great.
Hello. We will have one more person from my company joining, Seita. And yeah. Today somebody was drinking cappuccino, Francesco, just a minute ago. And I'm like, I am going to meet with my Italians.
Yeah, that's wrong. Well, where are you?
Deadly.
Maybe it's not wrong.
She's in Berlin, but it's a mistake.
Hi, everybody.
We're meeting with the Italians.
Yeah.
Hello. Wow, we have a lot of people today. And I'm guessing it's not because I'm beautiful and I speak so beautiful and everything. So thank you everyone for attending. Let's
Not
wait another
only,
minute
but
or so. Okay, not only. Yeah, thank you. Mamma mia. Ah,
I'm learning
okay.
Italian, how to say you are beautiful, how to say it. Lui è, right? Like he is. Lui è. Bellissima. Bellissimo.
Bello.
Bello. They will soon kick me out of the call, like horrible Italian attempt. Go.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum, ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum. Okay, 3 minutes. I think that's enough. We have a beautiful number, one of people here. That is beautiful. Okay, thank you everyone for attending this community meeting number 64. I didn't create this agenda, so I didn't remember the number 64. Perfect, August 21. It's a pleasure to me to give you the welcome to this, the last community meeting of August, and the first one of the, August, September, October, November. Nah, we are in the second semester for a long time. Okay, anyway, if you want to put anything on the agenda, as I already see someone already did, thank you, Flor. Thank you, Ryan. Please add yourself if you don't have access to the thing, request access, or post your data in the chat, and someone will add you. If it's not me, it's someone else. Okay. Thank you. Okay, step by step, pasito a pasito, as the great philosophers say. Release plugin Barman Cloud. We released it today, the release Barman Cloud 0.6.0, and a few minutes ago was confirmed that Daniel confirmed that we reduced the memory leak, but still using a lot of memory. Yay! Our plugin is hungry. So probably we will have to release or do something on this. There's a couple of issues open. So anyway, please test. There's an issue related to the memory leak. So if it's possible, Daniel, please update that. Well, quick. This one is with your findings. Because yeah, there's a lot of people having the same issue. We know how to find the problem anyway. Okay. The previous one was because one of the things we updated was the gRPC library that was having a memory leak, and that wasn't everywhere. So mostly probably the best things to do is test 1.27.0 with this latest version of the plugin, because both of them need to have the gRPC library to the latest version. Okay. And if you can help with that, will be awesome. Okay, next one. Vitor is here. It's not here, but I'm aware that it has a representation. Add mentions to contributors in the release note, and totally agree. Vitor reacted with an emoji. Flor reacted with an emoji. So it's two persons having support each other. That is good. I don't know. Flor, you want to say something? Please step up.
So that was basically the request to, when we do the release notes, that we add mention the people that made PRs, which we don't do at the moment. And it might be a nice thing to do for our contributors. I think it's a really good idea. Let's make sure that we do it. Like, there's automated ways to do that, and then we manually like rewrite the release notes anyway. But you know, I think we can say that we do this moving forward.
Okay, one of the things that we can do here, this is not automated in CNPG, but it's automated on plugin Batman Cloud, API, CNPGI, and a lot of projects. Okay, there's a lot of other projects too that we release that is automated and they will appear, but not here. So what I can suggest, and it would be amazing to do when I find it, because I'm going to find it, and it's contribute is here, if I remember correctly. Release procedure is to suggest a pull request in this file, because in this file we can have we should have this one, the one that is basically we prepare the release notes. So when we prepare the release note, one of the steps will be to add people into that step and into that box. Question mark. I don't know if we want to have like a list of people to welcome or not, but I don't know the format. How, like Pierre dash the username, or just new contributors, or thank you to. I like both, to be honest. So PR in the name and add a list of contributors is amazing. So if you have Flor and Vitor, if you're seeing this later in the recording,
Are you asking to like either do like a list of contributors just like that, or to attribute them, like put their name next to the PR that was merged? Is that the question we're asking?
Yeah. Which
I think
one people love? Because for me, all of them are perfect.
I don't care either way. I think I think the idea was just to connect the PR and the name, but honestly, whatever we can do to give a little bit of appreciation is an improvement.
Yeah, I think the same, but we probably need added this in the process.
Sure.
Because probably it could be released now. Then a second step, add new and add new.
Cool. Can you share this link? Can you share this link with me, and I'll add the step?
Actually,
I'll make an executive decision. Okay, cool. Thanks.
An executive decision. I love those ones. The best one. Perfect. Okay. If someone else wants to create an idea here, please add it to the release note. I mean to the release note. To the pull request that probably is going to be suggested, and we will update. Okay. Thank you very much for your contributions. Anyway. Update, next step. Update LFX mentoring. What? Sorry about that. It's been a long day and a long week. Update LFX mentoring September course. Flor? This was added by you.
This was added by me, but it was a question by me, you know. Can someone give, yeah.
Okay. I can go quickly with the cows testing. 3 persons were actually contacted for interview, waiting for that. Francesco, documentation.
Yeah, same thing. Couple of people actually are to be interviewed. So when we are
Couple
done,
is
we'll
2,
know.
is 4, is
Yeah,
6.
no, it's a couple. 2.
And then, okay, 2 persons to interview. Which one is the other one? The other one, the project. I mean,
The hello
really
world,
tired, sorry.
but I'm not there.
Yeah.
Hello world. CNPG, hello world. Not. Now, I'm not going to put this. We need to take a decision by August 26th, right? Francesco, if I remember correctly.
I think so.
Okay.
Uh,
So that is next week.
I have a question right here.
Okay. Okay, by next week. By decision to be made by week 26. No, by August 26th. Sorry, I'm really tired today. I'm really distracted. I don't know what is happening. Okay, that's it. Someone talk. Please speak up.
Yeah, so my question was like I had applied for the chaos testing framework, and is there kind of any interview? Like I had submitted the cover letter and my resume on the LFX
Yes.
portal.
We already contacted people that we are going to interview. It was quite difficult because we had a lot of people applying to that. Some people actually applied without adding some tasks that we have to discard really quick, like the resume and stuff like that. But yeah, we already contacted people to
Didn't you say that
be
in total
interviewed.
you received like 90 applications, like 90? That's a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, 90 plus something. Yeah, that was a lot. If you apply and you were not called, please keep participating and sending stuff because we are going to, well, actually, the next year is going to start again the program. So we will have a new opportunity in a couple of months. So if with another project. Also, if you think that you have a better idea on something different project that you can go with or propose a project for it, also is welcome. There's a lot of work to do everywhere. So,
Yeah.
like starting with the custom images. But there's a lot of things that, and we are going to start working with more projects. Okay. But sadly, this is for everyone. Remember that there's not too many people available to be mentor. So that is quite hard. It was a lot of time. Okay. Okay. Anyone has any other question about the LFX mentoring? Yes. No. Okay. Next item on the agenda. I'm going a little bit fast because someone took a lot of time fulfilling the agenda with a lot of things. So if you want me to go slowly, I will stop. Okay, Flor, any session accepted at KubeCon? For now, we have Gabriele Bartolini talking about process authorization with Keycloud. It will go good. I hope. Gabriele Bartolini doing a lot of talk. CloudNativePG running PostgreSQL the Kubernetes way. Leonardo Checky and Jeremy Schneider. Hey, Jeremy, I know you are going to see this. Quorum-based consistency for cluster chain with CloudNativePG operator. Ah, okay, yeah, that one is going to be fun. Okay, so any other session accepted?
I was just wondering if anyone here in the community has anything else accepted for KubeCon, because as we're using the CloudNativePG channels to also like promote sessions, it'd be nice to also promote yours.
That would be amazing. So yeah, if you have, please, if you are probably people here, anyone? Yes? No? Otherwise, you can send talks for.
And also, yeah, you know,
call for
let us know
paper
if
is open.
you're going. What?
Yeah, and call for paper is open for KubeCon 2026 in Amsterdam.
Yes.
Please,
fair
Amsterdam
enough.
is more than just coffee shops, okay? So you can have food and beer too.
Jonathan.
And it's the call for paper is open, so please start send talks if you want, and that would be amazing. And let us know so we can publish this on the social media. Obviously, you can contact us in the Slack channel if you're seeing the recording later, and let us know too. Okay, next one, Floor Gulchin. The inclusion of third-party plugins in the main README. Okay, this is on me. I already I'm in contact with people in the from the CNCF, but sadly it's August and a lot of people on this side of the world is on holiday, so it's going to go a little bit slow. So why is that? Is to improve this message. This message, GitHub echo, this one. Okay, just a couple of concerns that I have about the licensing, that the plugins can be kind of an issue. Okay.
So I have
Now,
a question there, Jonathan.
mm,
I mean, I thought you finished. Please continue.
yeah. And the other one is, should we have this on a web page in the on the site, on the website?
That was just something, I think that is just something I suggested, as in we have a page for like end users, and why wouldn't we have something like this? I think it was more of a suggestion. Do we want to keep it in the repo somehow, or do we want to put it on the website, or both? Question mark. Open to discussion.
It's up to you guys. I think we would prefer repo as a like what we care as for recognition there, I think. I mean, Esther also is here from our team. But before we jump onto this website and the repo discussion, perhaps I wanted to ask, because there was this conformance rules that Gabriela wanted to actually, you know, make it as a more improved version of this current way of solution. And I can see that in the repository README, there are two plugins. There's one with examples, right? And the other one is just like Barman plugin. So what makes Barman already conforming this? Because as far as I know, it's also an ADB project, right? Or generic project, open source project. So what makes Barman versus this plugin separate? So why not this third-party extension, but this is? And if it's already considered like project build with CMPGI Barman could be there, there must be some sort of conformance that they are applying. So what are we missing? If we can inherit that, perhaps it should be,
okay,
we should just list it there.
That is really easy to explain. The first one, CMPGI Hello World, is actually a plugin that we created to explain how to use the CMPGI. That is obviously easy. Because you need an example all the time. The second one is the one that we created, since it's the same project. Actually, is the entire interface is based on create this plugin just to remove a Barman as a dependency on the images and open the world to anyone who want to create a backup and or restore solution, backup solution with CMPG. And those two plugins are made by us. So
That's the
it
thing,
is
like
that's
you mean like you becoming members makes it a valid project to be conforming this? Or us isn't like we are not part of, I mean, it's open source in a sense that like you are an open source contributor to the CNCF project and we are also open source contributor to this project, to this plugin. So what makes
okay.
Barman contributing to this foundation? Basically, what makes these two plugins different? Because I think in
Different.
the Linux Foundation eyes, these two are same. It is done by you guys, but it doesn't matter in the higher sense, basically. If this is listed, there must be a conformance rule for Barman that we can inherit so that ours could be also listed built with CMPG, basically. So I think
Okay.
that's the bigger question. I don't know if I could explain it
The
well, but
I cannot understand, but your problem is that we are using Barman because the explanation is really easy. We already started with Barman a long time ago. We needed a plugin implementing a backup solution that could be used as an example for everyone. It has already worked like that. A lot of people is actually created a plugin for WorldG, for piggyback rest. They're already doing that. So basically, we needed that too. So the CMPGI Hello World is to explain how to use the API. It's not even a useful plugin. Okay, it's an example plugin as it's already been written. And the other one, Barman, is just to replace Barman inside the container images of the operands. It could have
yes,
been anything,
exactly.
to be honest.
Yes, exactly.
And
Yes,
we could have created, but the reason is that all this project started with those two plugins. That's what they are there, and that is the reason. And it's created by the same community, with the same license, with the same from the same developers. It's like
exactly. So
that's
that's the
why.
problem. That's the
But
problem. It started with same people, same community, but what matters is the license or the conformance rules that Gabriel is trying to enforce for the other plugins. So if you say that this is created by these people and these people's plugins are just in naturally part of this list, and yours is come later and you are from a different company with different people working on the same interface, and we are not listing you, we are pushing you under the third-party plugins, and we are not actually even doing that. It's also being in discussion still. So I feel like if we do the third-party plugin, Barman should be third-party plugin too, or we should be also having the same conformance, and we should be listed in the wherever Barman is listed.
Actually, that is what I'm trying to clarify with the lawyers at the CNCF.
Okay.
Because
Okay,
this
because
is
they would ask the same
how
question, right? I mean,
I asked them
mm,
how we should do this step. Because this is okay, this is something that happened a lot of time, has been happening a lot in the open source community in many projects. Okay, so it's not just if I create the interface and I do the plugin, I can add the plugin to the list of plugins that we have available for people to study and understand, and we update those. That is the main case, okay? But also, it's not about being barman. It's about, it could be, have been anything. So it could have been piggyback rest plugin, whatever. Here is what created in the project for the project to demonstrate and use in the project. If someone else is arriving with another plugin for also for piggyback rest or also for barman that is even better and performs better, it's still not being developed by the same community. And that is what I'm trying to clarify with the people on the CNCF, because it's even more complicated than that. Since the CNCF, we are under the umbrella of the CNCF. Legally, they are in USA, meaning that in the legal terms, probably there's some stuff we can not even list them because of the origin of the people that is creating that plugin. So there's many things in the middle. That's why I want to clarify with the CNCF this, because the problem is when we do it, just like you mentioned, it will be forever. That is the main point here. Because this kind of stuff, if we say, okay, third-party plugin, even if we in 3 or 4 weeks, we change it to not third-party plugins, we say the plugins, or we start saying plugins and then third-party plugins, that will be a problem and people will have a way to complain anyway. So making it clear on the legal point of view, having the support of the CNCF is what I'm trying to achieve here, because it's even for the lawyers, it's something complicated and not easy to understand and
But
figure
I'm
out.
saying that Barman didn't go through this process basically because the same people who worked this interface created this. So why
Exactly.
the other interfaces are going through it? That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter Backrest or us or some other people. Like if Barman is listed there without going through any of
Okay.
these things, you get
This
it?
is
Like
the
why? What is the
other point.
difference between?
This is the other point. For example, if people like we already have Daniel and Michael in the channel are having issues with the plugin, consuming a lot of memory leaks, as I mentioned it before, in the release of 2026, we already talk about it. That means that someone needs to reply to them. If we directly mention that these plugins are part of the community, someone in the community needs to be responsible for maintaining, helping people with the support on the channel, on the Slack, keeping everything updated on the security. And since they are not under the same repo, for example, I cannot help anyone. And that is already not part of the maintainers or the core team in the CNPG project. Now, what will happen? People will read and say, hey, but the plugin is listed on the page of the plugins. Why you cannot help me? What am we going to say? No, okay, you need to talk directly with the people that is developing this plugin. Hey, and the people is here? Hey, I don't know. How can I reply to that? And for example, what if someone arrives and finds something and start complaining, or arrive to this same meeting and start asking for a plugin XXXJ in the version XYZ has this problem and it is already fixed and it's a security issue in an update and need to release. But the people responsible on that plugin is not actually attending the community meeting, it's not actually attending the Slack, they are just there. They created the plugin and they get free of it.
But in the
Who is going to
conformance,
be
there is no
responsible?
such a thing.
Now,
There is a conformance document that we read, and that doesn't say anything about like if you list this extension, that the
again,
only thing that says that there's the licensing and it's an open source Apache 2 license, the responsibility falls into the maintainers or anybody in the community because it's part of the community project. Like if the sitting in the meeting was required, so all the Barman interface plugin people have to join this, that could be the conformance criteria then, and it feels a little bit ridiculous at the moment.
Exactly, that's what I want to clarify with the CNCF lawyers. That's why I'm asking for
Basically,
help.
what I'm telling, except the hello world, let's remove everything else then. Because why the other one is listed and there's no issue, no disclaimer, nothing about it, about the Barman, because the same people built this. It doesn't matter like who wrote this thing, unless what makes it legal is like licensing of it. And if there's an inherited test that we will have to all agree to it. And then either you write to everything at the same time or you need to remove that basically. So that's what I'm complaining at the moment. It's not about how long it takes, how much plugins edit,
2 points
and
here.
I don't know, disclaimer or whatever. So one didn't do anything because it was built by the same team. And anything that comes is built gatekept basically. That is not nice.
2 points here. The first one, both projects are in the same organization on GitHub.
What do you mean same organization on GitHub? So let's go through there because maybe I'm missing it.
Sorry, what? Didn't get it.
They're both on the CloudNativePG organization. Yes.
Yeah.
So what makes it there basically? Like maybe we need to apply for something for it.
Gulchin, I think it makes sense if they're written by the same authors, as CNPGI. Like that just means like that they're a first party basically, yes, and yours would be a third party. I think that like that makes sense as a distinction.
Why?
Because they're under the same organization. They're written by the same
if
thing.
I was working
Even
in
if
the
they're
EDB
using
at the
a
same
tool
time,
like Barman,
I would be okay. Like then it means that there is an actually favorism for the people who build the same thing. That's against basically the whole point of open source. What does it mean? It doesn't mean that
no,
they
I
are
don't.
first party.
I don't think so. Like okay, I'm trying to find another example. I think it does make sense, but like we do need to make clear what is a I think like everything that is written by the same authors would be like under the same SLA, even if there's no SLA. But I think you know what I mean. And the fact that it's Barman, I think that is sort of confusing. Sorry.
Yeah. So my question, so Gretchen, what problem are we going to solve? What's your pain point? Is it discoverability, or you do want to be included in the repo so it looks more official? What are we trying to solve? Because we can split hairs there if you should be there or not. But why do you want to be there? What's your
I'm
thing?
fighting the war for feeling the way that if anybody, let's say Baker's project came and they built this, and if they are just a plugin, why they are not an example plugin, right? It's just an example plugin, because nowhere in this repository or anywhere in the conformance project in the LF that it says it needs to be based on the same authors, right? So just listing a project shouldn't be a problem in any project, right? Unless there is one already listed. So if Barman was not listed there, let's say there was only Hello World plugin, just as an example. But there is a plugin who was built by some other team of people who works at this, happen to be working in the same company or something. It is listed there, and why the other plugins can't be listed there? What makes them the first party versus the others third party? That is one problem that I have. The second problem is that there is no literal way of inheriting any rules that we could actually add any project to that. We are actually even okay to give this plugin to CMPG, basically. If they want to edit, if it's any use for this plugin, we can just give it to contribute to CMPG. We don't care about it because it's open source Apache license. So we don't have any promotional anything basically that is different than the Barman, basically. It's open same way.
I cannot
so that's
answer.
The problem.
Please stop one by one. Okay. The first one is not about the people that build in the same company. Okay. Actually,
but the team is there, right?
But let me finish, please. I will be the first one replying that is not possible. It will not happen. Actually, if they try, it will not happen. Okay. This has been built during the free time open source work, during the work hours of a lot of people that work, and it doesn't work only at DDB. If that is the problem, I'm telling you, I can sign you. That is not going to happen. Okay? 100% like that. That is for sure. It will not be created under the organization of CloudNativePG on GitHub. No, will not exist. If it exists anywhere else, it will happen just like you can see in the end users that we have listed there because it was the first one. A long time ago, actually, Jaime had the idea of ordering here the companies by the time they requested to be added. That's like that. That is ordered by time. It's the same everywhere else. We have people joining that is supporting stuff on the blogs, the documentation and everything. It is like that. Now, go back a little bit. This is not a competition. The plugins are there for many reasons. It's under the same developers that obviously has been there. The CNPGI Hello plugin is now on the LFX mentorship project for September because we need more people to start working and learning about this. If you are going to have the development Cloud plugin, it is a reason because we also implemented and improved the CNPGI interface for everyone to use it. That's why, obviously, it's there. If there's something we need to help, we help the community. Actually, Daniel is one of the persons that has been working and doing the proper work on the Barman Cloud plugin from the community. So, no, the first point, I tell you, no, it's not about the company, it's not about it, it's just the community. Okay? Actually, most of the idea didn't even come from a company, it came from the community meetings that we've been talking. Actually, I can tell you that 1.5 years ago, we have in a community meeting someone that arrived asking why we don't support PG backrest. And then we started to come with the idea of having a plugin. It came from the plugin. And we started to design everything from there. But if someone comes at DDB, because I'm going to be really explicit, what you are talking about Enterprise DB, that's the company that most of the we work with. Okay? And that is fine. It is okay. Everyone knows that. No, if EDB tries to design a plugin and publish it under the umbrella of the organization of CloudNativePG, it's not going to happen. if they are going to publish the plugin and be listed, they will be listed like any other company, third-party plugin or plugin listed that with the proper license or not. If they don't comply with the license, they are going to be removed. It's simple as that. This is not dependent on the company. That's why I need to talk and ask to the CNCF lawyers, because the lawyers are the one that is going to say, okay, to protect the community and to have everything in order, these are the set of rules you need to follow and tell the community to list the plugins. Why is that? Because I know, and that's what I was saying before, I know that a lot of people will come suspicious saying, oh, but you all of these want to put EDB, oh, and all of this, or what if I have the license? Why you are allowing this license and not this license? No, that is the kind of discussion we, as the community maintainers, we don't want to have. We actually rely on lawyers for that. I know this issue perfectly, and that's why I know. I worked on the GNU project on the Free Software Foundation, handling license issues. That's why it's my main concern. But probably there's other concern. Now I know, and it's really clear for me now. We need to think about what about the companies supporting behind? Are the companies going to compromise with the supporting this? Are they going to be listed as supporting this plugin? What if company A create the plugin and company B wants to give provide support for the plugin that created company A? That kind of things can happen. I know, I understand your concern. That's why I'm also having this issue. Now, if I open the door to my house and I create something in my house, I can put it there too. That is the other way to see it, you know? But that is not the explanation. The technical explanation is more simple. CNPGI plugin has been developed under the CloudNativePG project to explain how to use CNPGI. Barman Cloud CNPGI plugin was developed under the CloudNativePG organization on GitHub, and it's there because also need to is being used to improve and explain and show all the improvements of the CNPGI interface. Can we have something else? Sure, I love it. I love it. I'm the first one. Actually, I want to have the plugin that you're proposing in Chata. I want to have the plugin for the Opera software team. I want to have the plugin for the people that is created the pgback REST plugin, the people that created the WorldG plugin. I want all those plugins there, obviously, because the community is growing and they will use it. But we also need to be really, really careful and protecting legally everyone. That's all. We need to be legally protected. And it's Barman not getting a preferential, there's no prefer. Now, even if it's not the case, the same people that create the CloudNativePG is the same people that create the Barman. It's like Barman is the child of a lot of people that created CNPG. It's like, why are you not going to have your child there? It's like the beautiful project that was born a long time ago. And obviously, and it's not even Barman, it is Barman Cloud because it's a set of other stuff. So yeah, it's not preferred, but it is there and it's under the same for the same developers. That's all. What do you want, that we create a plugin Barman Cloud organization on GitHub? Yeah, we can do that. Will it make sense? Probably no. Will have the same resources? No, because in the organization of CloudNativePG, we have the CNCF support. So we have a lot of things there. We have TOSU, we have more runners on GitHub that is really useful for the CI and CD. You have better runners even with different architectures. So yeah, it is there. Yeah, I know about the neutrality. It makes sense.
Okay.
But there is
I think we've
stuff.
spent I think we've spent a lot of time talking about this topic. Maybe we like table it for and we both think about it a little bit harder before we spend the rest of the community meeting speaking of this, because I think we're talking in circles and we're not getting anywhere.
Yeah. Okay, but
I'm
anyway,
sorry. I'm sorry we were not able to resolve this time, Lucien.
And we will not be able. I'm pushing on the lawyers on the CNCF. I will get another as soon as possible, but they are holiday and I don't like it. Anyway, let's move. Gulchin, I will update it. I'm compromising with this. That is my, I'm
No,
really,
Jonathan,
really
this is
working on
really
this.
not about the disclaimer. That's the problem. I don't think this is first party versus third party argument either. but we can talk about it later. I am strongly thinking that growing by same team, same people is against neutrality. There's a preferential treatment for a plugin over other plugin. That's the problem that I have. So if Backrest is having the same sort of, let's say, it doesn't matter basically whatever plugin. If we are trying to grow this community, we can list plugins, and so why we can't list plugins? Like the licenses doesn't come with like as long as there's an enterprise customer or something. We don't need the support. I mean, we don't have to be in Shift for that.
If the discussion is about listing plugins or not, the answer is yeah, we are going to list the plugins. We will list all the plugins.
Yeah, but it's already listed. That's the thing. You already listed a plugin, and that can't be different than any other plugin. It doesn't matter who built it. It's already there. So if you didn't go to Barman for lawyers for Barman, what do you mean same project? It's not the same project. It's just an extra plugin, and it clearly says third-party plugin there too. They don't say like it's not the same native thing.
It's a plugin. It's not Barman Cloud Underfoot. It's a plugin that uses Barman.
Yes.
It's not Barman
plugin.
Cloud.
Yes.
It's a plugin that has tool under the hood. It's
yes. So
yeah. It's not
so
Barman.
This plugin is listed in the CMPGI interface at the moment.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So why other plugins cannot be?
Jonathan, can you extend your question? Can you extend your question to the CNCF and say like, this is what we have right now, and see what they come back with, what they think about it too.
Yeah, I will do that. Yeah, definitely.
Because then we'll follow. Then we follow their guidance, and that's
yeah,
that's
I
what we need to follow.
Updated everyone on the next meeting about this, hopefully, and I'll update. Okay, let's move on because we have 20 minutes left. Yeah, German,
German had
left,
to.
We have, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Had to drop, but I'm here to fill in for him.
Okay.
Yeah, I work with him at Microsoft. I've been working on to give a quick rundown of what we're talking about here. So we use the PG receive wall utility to run a replica for high availability, and we use it as a separate pod. And we were wondering about working to integrate that as a sort of like a type of replica. Like instead of having 3 replicas, you would have 2 replicas and 1 PG receive wall for the purposes of having sort of like a lighter weight tool for just holding wall logs. It's something that we have implemented for ourselves already on our side, but we were looking to see if there would be any interest in integrating that in the CMPG operator as a whole.
I was muted. I'm checking on the Slack. It was here. Okay. What can be used? If I remember, 2022. Mamma mia. Okay, that was a long time ago. Can this operator support plus support archiving wall system? How you implemented this?
So we just have a pod running the PG receive wall command in synchronous mode. It's just like a bash pod running that utility that connects to a replication slot.
I know that this is going to sound really crazy, but this is the perfect example for a plugin.
Okay.
This is the perfect example. Actually, why is the perfect example? Because the interface will allow you to do a couple of stuff, like knowing when you are sorry, I get lost. Jaime, I will give you access if no one has given you up and when. Okay. Why is the perfect example? Because the plugin and interface will allow you to know when the replica is a replica, is a primary, when, and everything, and will allow you to synchronize everything. So yeah, and it's actually the one that we create the sidecar and attach it to the cluster and with the proper configuration that you can add. So yeah. And in the CMPG, if I remember correctly, one of the things we want to improve is that, but you should be able to follow this example to have a simple plugin that does exactly what you're doing. And it will be amazing to have it because I mean, I'm not particularly a fan of it, but I know that a lot of people want it.
Hmm.
So yeah,
One thing, if I could ask, is so you mentioned it would be existing as a sidecar, so that's within the same pod, right? Is there any interface
yes,
within the plugins to have a separate pod for this so that it could be sort of given anti-affinity? Uh, or is it
you
more
can.
limited? You can?
You
Okay.
can actually, yes. The interfaces of the plugins are, you can create an entire operator based on the plugins. So
Mm-hmm.
you can actually provide your own CRD, not just the one CRD for the plugin itself. You can add another controller in the same one. So you can actually do more than one thing, more than just attach the sidecar. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's the plugin, the concept of the plugin is just an operator. It has this capability to open ports and communicate with the central operator, with the CNPG operator, and watch over the objects and do some changes. But besides that, it's also an operator itself. So you can have
Okay.
both. You can have a controller to manage those posts based on the description on the CRD of the cluster. So you just watch the CRD of the cluster, and then you can do the rest of the stuff. And the CNPI will allow you to inject stuff onto the cluster pod, but that doesn't mean you have to do it. You can
Mm-hmm.
actually do it in a different way.
Okay, that makes
And
sense.
you can actually also modify the affinity and everything on the pods of the cluster. Just saying.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a lot of work that you can do that and a lot of things you can, and it's amazing. And actually, I think that you will have a lot of people asking to help you. So probably a plugin will open the door for a lot of things. Indeed. Yeah. Now, for sure. If you have questions, just come and ask. Okay.
Will do. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, next one. Vitor. Okay, why we didn't put Vitor on all the questions together? Vitor, what is commentary?
I'm sorry. Do you have comments on how I structured the meeting agenda?
No.
Okay, I thought that would be the right answer. Anyway, there was a so yesterday was office hours and Peter was in there, and he was saying like he submitted a pull request and saw that someone else added some tests to it, and he was basically like, if I had known that I should have written test for my pull request, then I would have done it. And so if we can, we were thinking yesterday with Francesco in the meeting that maybe it's an idea to look if we can change or add a pull request template for the project that just basically says like, hey, have you like tested this or have you created new test for this? It's just more of a, suggestion on how to make better contributions. That's it. It's not necessarily about his pull request. It was just like a suggestion to.
Wouldn't it be easier with a document? We already have the contributing guide. We could add like a
Right. Or yeah,
checklist.
wherever exactly. Just that folks are not sort of like surprised, I guess. Or can do the work themselves if they're eager to do the work themselves, I guess. Jaime, do you have an idea of where it could go and what it should say?
Ah,
Yeah, here where Jonathan is showing, we could have like a list because also I'm sure that some people would be happy to propose like a data structure or whatever, but don't want to or don't know how to add tests. And I'm sure that they might even, be willing to do that. So I think it needs to be kept kind of informal, and I think this page is probably the right place.
Is it just the README or where is it? Where are we talking
Yeah,
it's
about?
the
the
README
README.
on the contribute. I will paste it here. And to be
Thank
honest,
you.
I really love it. The one from Istio is really nice. That
Mhm.
people know what they're doing when they created this one. No, this one.
Can someone, is someone, excited to pick this up as a thing to work on?
It will be amazing. Please. Please, please.
Not everyone all at once. I'm always hoping that if the silence is long and awkward enough, someone will be like, oh, fine, I'll do it.
Okay, if you are not brave enough to talk, we invite you to create a pull request or talk to us in the Slack, and you can post an instruction. Thank you. Please do it. Now, but using, I think that mixing the README with the ideas from Istio, the same structure, and starting from there, create a structure of data, it will be amazing, and that will be help a lot of people. And hopefully this can be done from people joining here, because we've been doing this development for the last 4 years and something or so, and it's like something we cannot take easy from outside. So if someone has doubts, it's better if you put it there, and it will be awesome for us. Okay, thank you. Yeah, we love your feedback. Moving forward, Jeff. Oh, that's sad. Jeff couldn't make it. He's always a really good company. Feedback on his project. Okay, first feedback. It doesn't work.
Well, that's great.
This was oh, probably that is really nice. Okay, well, this is sad. I know that he has been doing this and posted. Let me give me one second. Probably I will find it. I can find it. No, it's not here. Yeah, no, it's definitely down. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jeff. Well, if someone can take a look later on this, it would be awesome. Jeff has been working on this. This is basically an interface that helps you to validate the CRD of the CNPG. It has the idea that Jeff has is easy to create clusters using a web interface. I saw this a couple of weeks ago, month and a half ago. So I don't remember quite. It was really nice. If you have time, I'm going to probably we can ping Jeff on the Slack about this. I'm going to do it right away, because otherwise I can forget. Jeff. No, the other Jeff. There's a lot of Jeffs. Okay. So moving forward, horizontal scaling using Citus. Oh, wow. The Rayhan.
Yeah. So I think we started this discussion a couple of months back, and the proposal is basically right now our CNPG cluster construct is like kind of a single node cluster where we have multiple replicas. And we are thinking about like horizontally scaling the cluster with multiple node, and we want to use the Citus plugin. And during that time, there are some licensing discussion and how the Citus plugin owner will help us. So luckily, Citus is also owned by Microsoft now. So we discussed with our internal team, and they promised us they will help us if there are any changes we need to make on the Citus side. So I was thinking like, okay, so we can start the discussion again, and the proposal is something like maybe describe a high level construct where we will create like multiple cluster as our like node, and then we will configure the Citus like worker versus coordinator setup which is kind of built into the CNPG. So the question is like, how do we start? Like, should I create like a GitHub issue for discussion or feature, or we just come up with like one pager and take the discussion from here? So how do I put the proposal and what is the good way to move forward?
It was in March this year, if I remember correctly. February or March. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it was at the end of March because we were actually getting back from London. An issue, and we can start talking about this and also let everyone knows in the community, because this is really interesting, as you already know, especially because there's two things here. Now, the only issue is that, well, we can gather you and everything, but if I remember correctly, Citus is closed, right?
No, we are
No?
still using it in our many projects.
Okay, it should not be an issue. Then, why I was remember it was closed anyway. But yeah, we can open a. I would start with a discussion and promote it in the Slack channel with all your proposal and your idea, because I remember clearly that you already have a full idea and concept you wanted to work with, and it was amazing. And I remember that from March. Yeah.
Yeah, the good thing is like, so we finished the way we are thinking with our document DB operator, which is open source from Microsoft. And we implemented our document DB operator using CNPG underneath, and it's already open source. So now we are thinking to just add a high level construct just to add the horizontal scaling capability with Citus. So yeah, I can just put something up for discussion the way I'm thinking, then we can take it from there maybe.
That would be awesome. And I think we can start the discussion already, and it would be great because, well, probably most of the things can be done on CNPG. I don't know, but that will depend on the idea you have. And for sure, there is a discussion and promote it, please. Even if we remember, there is a lot of things to do. And for example, today I arrived really dispersed because I'm doing like 5 things at the same time, including the release of Barman Club. So the plugin Barman Club. So promote the discussion, and we take it in the community, and I think it will be amazing. And thank you.
Sounds
for
good. Yeah, then
offering this to
technically
the
the
community.
suggestion I got is like not to create any issue or feature request in the GitHub. Let's just start from the Slack channel with informal discussion or formal discussion too.
This was already formal. You can start a discussion on.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember your conversation actually. I have a good memory for that kind of things. So thank you. Let's start and let's do it. It will take a long time. Okay. Actually, this is an idea. If you start from the discussion and an issue, this could be something to present probably to the mentorship of Linux Foundation.
Yeah, let's see how far we can go.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Okay, thank you for that, and keep showing up. It's beautiful to see you after so many times, so long time. Okay, we have 2 minutes left. The last item in the agenda. Yes, we did it. Flor, again.
We can also bring. We can honestly also bring this conversation to the next time. I'm just saying, like, do we want to stay on X?
I don't use it.
It's a horrible place, and I'd be happy to leave it.
What do you think if we create a pool in a discussion on GitHub? I mean, yeah. I'm totally about not using it, but not closing the account, keeping it open. Just inactive.
Yeah, and do like a last post, like you can find us here instead or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll create a poll. Yeah.
Okay, but to create a thank you. And with that being said, 1 minute left. Thank you everyone for attending this beautiful meeting. Thank you for all the discussion. Thanks, everyone. It's always good to discuss everything. Everything can be discussed all the time. Thank you for your support. You are very kind persons. This will be published at some point. Well, it's already published in the calendar of the Linux Foundation. At some point, we plan to put it on YouTube. Thank you, everyone. And see you in a couple of weeks. I think is in September. September 11, just before PG Day, Lowlands. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Kisses and besos, and see you soon.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.